is Satparatipaksha. Text number 48. Yasya sadhya bhava sadhakam etvantaram vidyate sa Satpratipaksha. So, suppose there is a situation like this, that someone is trying to establish something. And the other person does not agree with that. And he says that, well, I can establish exactly what opposite of what you are establishing. So someone is giving a ground to establish something. Other will say, I will provide you another ground to establish just opposite of that. Take an example. Yatha. So the first ground will be declared as Satpratipakshita. So Satpratipaksha is a dosha. So San Pratipaksha Yasya Saha Hetu is Sat Pratipaksha Hetu. Make it a Bahubali compound. So a Hetu, a ground which has a counterbalancing ground. By one ground you prove something x. On another ground I will prove minus x. Abhava of that. So yasya sadhya bhava. So some sadhya you are going to establish, but I will give another ground to establish sadhya bhava. So some reality you are going to establish on some ground, no. I will give you another ground to establish absence of that reality. When such is the case, then it is difficult to again come to a conclusion. So now what should the judge do? He is giving a ground to prove x, he is giving a ground y to prove absence of x. Such is the case now. For example, the Mimamsaka says, now this is between Mimamsaka and Nayayik. The Mimamsaka says, Shabda Nitya. Shabda Nitya. And the ground he gives, Shravanatvat. So sound is eternal because it becomes the object of perceptual knowledge. You can perceive sound only through ears, no? So Shravanendriya Jnana Vishaya. Shravana. So Shabdaha Nityaha Shravanatvat. Like Udaharana, it is like Shabdatvavat. Yatha Shabdatvam. So, paksha, shabda, hetu, shravanatva, shravanatva, and sadhya, nityatva. Paksha, hetu, sadhya. So he wants to establish this Mimamsaka. Purva Mimamsa says that Shabda is Nitya. Because it can be the Vishaya of Shravana Pratyaksha. Shravana means Shravanendriya Janya Jnana Pratyaksha. Like Shabdatva. So Shabdatva is known by what? Shravanendriya. And what is the Sannikarsha? How do you know Shravana? How do you know Shabdatva? By the by, where does Shabdatva exist? Okay. How do you know Shabda? By? From? By which Indriya? By which Indriya? Okay. Shravanendriya. How do you know Shabdatva? Now how you see? अतः त्वरा न कर्तव्या mandam mandam. Don't be in a hurry. So there is a rule. Yena indriyena Sangeeta. Yena indriyena yad grihyate tadgata tadgata jati tadabhavascha tenaiva indriyena kriyate. This is the generalized rule. What is the meaning of this? Yena indriyena yad grihyate. Suppose the indriya X can know Y. Yena indriyena yad grihyate, Y grihyate, by the indriya X. Tadgata jati. The jati also, jati is universal. And also the absence of it. All the three are known by the same indriya. For example, take this. How do you know this? Pain, chakshurindriya. Painness, chakshurindriya. And absence of pain, so yena indriyena yad grihyate, whatever is known by whatever indriya, tadgata jati. Jati is universal, samanya. The samanya also is known by the same indriya, and its absence also is known by the same indriya. So I know pain, I know painness, also absence of pain, all the three by eyes. This is the rule. Yena indriyena yad grihyate tadgata jati tadabhavascha tenaiva indriyena grihyate. By the same indriya it is known. So, you know this by eyes. What is the sannikarsha? Why? Kimartham? Purana pravachana. This is the problem. This method of learning has. इदानीम् अतः झटिति न वक्तव्यम्. So, why there should be Sangyoga? Why there should be Sangyoga? Because Sangyoga can be only between two dravyas. This is also dravya, this is also dravya. So, the relation is only contact. And where is it counted? Which kind of padartha is this? Sangyoga is which padartha? Where is it listed? Where is it listed? In the list of 24. You now know the whole universe. So, Sangyoga, Vibhaga, Paratva, Paratva. So, Sangyoga is mentioned there. So, Sangyoga is Guna. So, the Sannikarsha between Chakshu and this pen is Sangyoga. So, through Sangyoga you know pen. How do you know penness? Sangyuk, so that you have 6 relations, no? While perceiving perception, we discussed 6 types of relationships. One is Sangyoga, next one is Sangyukta Samavaya. So, penness is in pen by Samavaya Sambandha. Why? Correct. Correct. Yeah, like that. Like that the understanding will become. Okay. So, you know penness also by Chakshu and absence of pen. What is this? What is the Sannikarsha? Sangyukta. Vishesha Vishana Bhava is not. I have told what is that? Sangyukta Visheshanata. Which is the capital the day? 24th, no? Today is. So we should be ready, no? That is capital the day. My test. So keep on reading. Now, come here. So Shabdatva is known by which Indriya? What is the Sannikarsha? Samaveta Samavaya. Correct. So, his example is correct. Nityatva is here or not? Shabdatva is jati, is nitya. It is nityatva. So nityatva is there, and that is sadhya. And Shravanatva is also here or not? This is like Mahanasa, no? This is Sapaksha. In Sapaksha, what you should see? Hetu and Sadhya together. What is the Hetu? Shravanatva. This is Hetu. Is it here or not? Why it is here? Why is it here? Because you have known it through your ears. This is the object of your Shravana Pratyaksha. Shravanatva means what? The state of being the content of a perception created by ears. So Shravanatva exists in Shabdatva because Shabdatva is the Vishaya of Pratyaksha, Shravana Pratyaksha. Are you getting problem? What? Is it known by ears or not? What emerges? Shravana Pratyaksha. Shravana is Shravanendriya, ears. Shravanendriya Janya Pratyaksha. And that Pratyakshatva is here or not? So Hetu is here. Shravanatva is here. Sadhya is there or not? Because Shabdatva, so Shabdatva Vat, this Vat is only Yatha. So only keep this much. This is Mahanasa, like Mahanasa. So this is Sapaksha. So in Sapaksha, the Hetu should be there along with Sadhya. What is the Sadhya? Nityatva. So Nityatva is also here. Why Nityatva is here? What is the answer? Because Shabdatva is a Samanya, Jati, Nitya, always. So Shabdatva is Nitya. So Nityatva is there, Sadhya is there. Shabdatva is known by ears. So Shravana Pratyakshatva also is there. Shravanatva means Shravana Pratyakshatva is also there. So Hetu is also there and Sadhya also there together. And definitely there. Any doubt? Any doubt about this being here? So Nishchita Sadhyavan Sapaksha. So it is Sapaksha. Isn't it so? So in Paksha it is there. Okay? In Sapaksha it is there. Paksha. Shabda also. Shabda can be known only by Shravanendriya. Shravanatva is there here also, no? Is Shabda and Shabdatva one and the same thing? So it's different from Paksha or not? So this can be Sapaksha or not? Sapaksha. So in Paksha, the Hetu is there. So Paksha Vrittitva is here. Right? Sapaksha Vrittitva also is here. Both. And Vipaksha, Avrittitva, it does not exist in Vipaksha. So it's a sound argument is making Mimamsaka. Mimamsaka is making a very good argument. So you accept that Shabda is Nitya. Got the point? Now Nayayika is telling. Okay. So I will disprove. Nayayika is telling. Shabdo Nitya Shravanatvat Shabdatvat iti. Now he will say Shabdaha Anityaha. Shabdaha Anityaha. So he was saying proving Nityatva. He is opposite of that, he is proving now. So what is the sadhya now? Anityatva is sadhya. And he should give, he is giving a ground for that. Karyatva. Karyatvat. So, do this exercise now. Ghatavat, okay? Ghatavat. Vat yatha ghata, okay? Yatha mahanasa. Vat means like. Vat, you see, there is a, don't get confused. Vat also is possessive suffix. Tadvati, tat prakarakam jnanam. There vat is a matup suffix. But here it is like. So many of you are learners, Sanskrit learners, no, don't get confused. So what is Paksha? Shabda. What is the Hetu? Karyatva. What is Adhya? Very good. Now, Hetu, acha, Shabda is produced or not? God has given me this faculty. For which purpose? I have mobile instrument, tongue. I have a vocal cavity. I have lungs. I can pump. And the air will pass through the vocal cavity and will be stopped at different places of articulation. If I stop it here, pa, you see, Pa is produced. So produced, no? Is that so? So Shabda is produced. So whatever is produced should be Anitya. So Karyatva is the ground. Can it prove Nityatva? Then what will it prove? Is Karyatva there in Shabda or not? Yes. So this is another ground than this ground or not? So he gave this ground to prove that Shabda is Nitya. Nayayika is giving this ground to prove that Shabda is Anitya. Okay, let us see. Here you said that it is in Paksha. It is also in Sapaksha. All right. Here also you test. This is Paksha. Shabda is Paksha. Karyatva there is Paksha. Because it is produced. So Karyatva is here. And what is Sapaksha? Ghata is Sapaksha. Ghata also is produced. So Ghata. In Ghata what is there? Karyatva is there. Hetu is there or not? So Hetu is there. And Sadhya is Anityatva. Is it also there or not? Definitely there or not? Nishchita Sadhyavan Sapaksha. So it is in Paksha. It is also in Sapaksha. Vipaksha doesn't arrive. It is not there at all. So, again valid. So, you give an argument, I have a counter argument. And to counter argument, I disprove what you said. I establish something just opposite of what you wanted to establish. When such things happen, what should the judge do? He will say, give me 3 days more. So, sir, definitely, case to case, we are teaching you the science. We are teaching you the tool. For application, we are teaching, But for application, you should know. We already developed this system. If you prefer to remain in ignorance gives you much more joy than knowledge. Ajnana is a source of joy and also source of dukkha. So, when such situation emerges, then the earlier hetu is called Satparatipaksha. This hetu will be declared Satparatipaksha. It has a Shatru, Karyatu. Pratipaksha means Shatru. Counter. So, such a ground is a fallacious ground because I cannot decide the case. So, there is a Hetvavasa, we have to posit a bad ground because it does not lead me to a conclusion. And therefore, this is another variety of Hetvavasa. So, Satparatipaksha is another variety of Hetvavasa. Now we took a decision that this is defective. So this will hold. So and Nayayika has said that this is Karya. You have said this is Nitya. So he will be so because whatever he claim was made on the basis of this ground, he was no. Just opposite was proved by another ground. So this ground is defective ground. Yeah. So in such cases, that is why you find, that the judgment will be delivered after 2 days. So then they compare and contrast and see. No. Because whenever, just wait, please. So whenever after this such situation will arise, the earlier one will be called Satparatipaksha. This will be conclusion. This will be correct. This will be taken as a correct one. But it gives you an idea that it is a sadhetu, no? Because it is sapaksha, pakshe vritti, sapakshe vrittitvam. All this is happening. So it should be taken. The reality. What is the reality he is claiming? He is claiming a reality that the sound is eternal. That reality is challenged. That I will prove that sound is not eternal. It is non-eternal. So it has, like that. So when such a situation emerges, that what is proved by a hetu is disproved by another hetu, then the earlier hetu has to be declared as having pratipaksha, satpratipaksha. So satpratipakshita is this.
But in this explanation you have given, he is not disproved. He says both fail to establish what is intended to be established, so no one wins in this debate.
Originally that happens. So this is the reason that the judge will have to take a decision now. So this is also equally correct. This is also equally valid. So very difficult to decide. So the deciding point will be that which is followed by what. This has a counter. Since it has a counter argument, the earlier ground should be declared as Satpratipakshita. Hetu will be only, this only alone will be Satpratipakshita. But the decision will be difficult. So this ground we will call, this ground is Satpratipaksha. This is a fallacious ground, he will say. Then so many things will happen actually. The judge will take. Yeah. If the argument is valid and it is conclusive, then that will establish the reality. You see, behind taking such a position, there are many other things. Shabda is Nitya, because you have to declare the Veda is Nitya. Shabda Rashi. So the Mimamsakas, the Vedantins, and all will be in favor of this. The Shabda is, Vedanta is also not Shankara, because Shankara, Nitya is only one. So, Vyakarana, they all will be doing this. So there are many other factors the judge has to know and then he will give a decision. But at the formal level, this is the formal level. No, but then he is not a judge. Then he will not be a judge. it is clearly stated that he has to be impartial. Yeah. Maybe today's judge may be like this. But the ideal judge in the tradition has to be nispaksha, without any lenience towards anything. He's a dharmaraja, you know. The judge is a dharmaraja. He has to maintain dharma. Dharma is morality, ethics. That is why we say, even if the Supreme Court goes wrong, where will you go? If the Supreme Court goes wrong, then where else are you going to go? Appeal. So it is expected that it should be beyond all board. Let us not bring. Let us, no, let us, please. Yeah. Which one? I said that the Nayayikas believe that the Shabda is Anitya, including the Shabda of Veda. Veda. Then, because Shabda is pronounced or uttered by Ishvara, but still it is uttered. Veda is uttered. So utterance is production. So in that way. You see, the validity is not brought because of this. The Veda is valid for Nayayika, because Nayayika is also Astika, no? Astika Darshana. So they have also to accept the validity of the Veda. And they have accepted that. That is because it is the utterance of Ishvara. Veda itself, because it is Nitya, therefore it is valid, it is not the argument of Nyaya. Because who has uttered it? Have I uttered this? Ishvara. I can go wrong. If it is Purusha, therefore Apaurushaya you say, no? Apaurushaya. So the Mimamsaka will say it is Apaurushaya. Vedantins will say it is Apaurushaya. Okay? Why? Because Purusha, if it is Purusha Pranita, then Purusha dosh will enter into Veda. The defects, the limitations of human being will enter into Veda. Now we should know in a better way, because we have taken that a sentence is a verbalized jnana. So if it is Manushya jnana, like me, then I am being human being. I have limitation. I have dosha. So my dosha will enter into Veda. And therefore they kept Purusha, like you and me, away from Veda. Not only that, therefore they said, okay, let us assume that the Veda is Apurushaya. This is the meaning of that. Nayayika says that, you see, after all, Shabda is uttered by Talvadi Vyapara. We have a vocal organ, and through that we articulate. So to say that it is Nitya is not reasonable, is not rational, it does not appeal a common sense. So, but that does not mean that the Veda is not dependable. So let us decide why a sentence becomes dependable and why a sentence does not become dependable. And some part I had given you in the beginning, that it is the dosha of the speaker. Therefore, a sentence is not dependable. And a guna of a speaker, that the sentence is dependable. So, if I want to keep Veda as free from Purusha dosha, let us not say that it is Apurushaya. It is not, it is Nitya. Let us call it Anitya, but it is not produced by you and me, but it is produced by someone who knows everything. Sarvagya. Not only Sarvagya, he wants only good of others. He is a Kalyana Kami. So only he, who can be such? He is a philosopher God. So that God, Pranita, is Veda, is the argument of Nyaya. So purpose of both is the same, but the methods are different. The Nyayika has taken the method of developing general theory of language and validity, whereas the Mimamsakas have adopted a method, perhaps which has been borrowed from the grammarian school, saying that Shabda is Nitya. So Shabda is Nitya may be the argument of Mimamsaka, and Shabda is Anitya. So there are, as I told you, that there are many reasons behind that to hold such a view. Such a view is to be held because ultimately the Veda is to be declared as dependable. Oh, yeah. That is why amendments are brought. Otherwise, how can you amend? And will the amendment stop there? Tomorrow some other defects will be found. So it is true. So Nyaya generalization is perfectly correct.
So actually, what exactly do you define by the word Shabda? If you mean it is a speech from the vocal cords, it is Anitya. But if you mean as sound, it is Nitya.
But sound, how can sound come into being?
Not necessarily from our vocal cords. It can be
But is it not also from our vocal cord?
also, yes.
Okay. So therefore you have therefore you have read it. No. You have read it, but you are not careful. Samskrita Bhashadi Rupa, one, and Bheryadi Janya is another. Did you not read that Shabda? In text number, Shabda before Buddhi. Where is that Buddhi? 32, na? So open text number 32. 30? No, 30? You see, Sadvividha, Dhvanyatmakaha Varnatmakascha. What new information are you giving? Varnatmaka Samskrita Bhashadi Rupa. Did you get it? That's all. So it's all comprehensive theory. It is not we are talking of only this linguistic sound. Any sound. Sound is also sound. This is also theorized here. Okay. So as this is produced, so also when I am speaking is produced. That is the reason that Nayayika is telling this. So no other factor should be brought. Okay. So I hope this discourse is clear to you, that when such a situation emerges, that somebody is making a claim on certain ground, and if it so happens that another person is refuting it by establishing just opposite of that claim on a different ground, then the earlier ground is to be treated with a grain of salt. If it so happens, that grain of salt is separate. So it has a Shatru. This Shravanatva has a Shatru here. So San Pratipaksha Yasya Shravanatvasya Pratipaksha here Asti. And therefore the earlier one is to be declared as Satparatipaksha. This is the only form. So we take a now halt now, and because the next one needs elaborate discussion, so we hope to complete Anumana today. In the afternoon, we shall do that. Now the fifth one is Asiddha. Asiddha means unknown, not established. And it is of three kinds, but it needs, unless I explain to you, you will not understand anything of it. So, we will meet in the afternoon.